Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox. Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
On this episode, we're going to be talking about living your best life. And I think during the pandemic, it's easy to have work-life balance out of whack. I mean, after all, many of us are working from home. And so where does work end and your family begin? It's all intermingled. To talk about that, Michelle Castle, thank you for coming on the show. She's a guru in the mortgage industry. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So I know that you are much sought after, and in the mortgage industry, people will hire you to coach them and help them lead their best life. One of the things that you're passionate about is putting your oxygen mask on first.
Absolutely.
We hear that on the airlines, but many people don't do it, do they?
No, and it's not out of knowing that it's, or not knowing it's a necessity, it's making it a priority. It's like understanding it's okay to put that oxygen mask on first before you put the mask on everybody else.
And especially with working women, working moms at home, you're trying to get work done, and then your child walks in the room, and you're also the school teacher and the therapist. I mean, it's just overwhelming, isn't it?
It's too much. It is really a lot to ask of one person. Absolutely.
So what do you advise your clients to do?
You know, number one, take a deep breath. Number two, accept that you can't do it perfectly. You're asked to do all of these jobs you may not be trained to do, and it's okay to not do them perfectly. And I think number three, the toughest for all of us is comparing ourselves to others and thinking that we're not meeting the mark. And then you have those guilt feelings, and it just becomes a cycle.
Well, your social media feed is incredible. I found a video that you made a few months ago, and I want to share that with the audience now.
So for me, in 2020, it's all about connections. And the first place that I have been working my calendar and structuring my calendar to connect with is myself. So let me just tell you, in about 6 months ago, really about mid-year last year, I was at burnout stage, and I really questioned what I was doing, why I was doing it, what my true purpose was. Do I even know what my why is anymore? And that's whenever I realized how important it is that I take care of myself. You guys, in this industry, we take care of a lot of people and at high levels, and it is extremely stressful. And if we're not taking care of ourselves, if we are not taking the time to take care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. So that was my first, that was the beginning of the journey for me, all about self-care. And when I talk about self-care, I talk about not only doing what's good for my body, but paying attention to what I put in my body, pay attention to what I'm surrounding myself mentally. I really beefed up what I was reading, so I made sure that my mind was in the right place. Because again, if I'm not connecting with myself, I can't connect deeper with others. Or if I did, it wouldn't be authentic. So connection for me in 2020 is my focus, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Don't feel guilty about taking care of yourself, because we have to. We can't take care of others if we don't take care of ourselves. And I challenge you to challenge others around you to start that journey too. It means something different for everybody. For me, it means my weekends need to stay free so I can be out in nature and I can be around my family. It means that I don't crowd my evenings anymore with a lot of events. I'm just choosy about where I'm going and how long I'm out, because I've got to do what's good for me. And not feeling guilty if I have to say no, and finding fewer yeses, more nos, and feeling okay about it, because that's what it takes for me to take care of myself. So I hope this message resonates with you, that if you are at a point in your life right now where you're questioning your why, you're totally burnt out, you're exhausted, start figuring out what it takes to take care of you so you can continue to take care of others. Have a great day.
I think that's so awesome. And I love it that you were vulnerable with your audience, and you said that even as a coach, you can sometimes get off kilter. So what caused things to go out of whack for you last year?
My calendar, to me, I live by my calendar. Everything I do is evented out on my calendar. Everybody schedules appointments. Even my phone calls are scheduled. But that can smother you. And I had so many things on my calendar that I felt I needed to do, not because I wanted to do, but I thought that someone else needed me to do that. And so that really started me. Fortunately, when you have a calendar like that, you can look at the calendar. I'm color code my calendar, so I know, this fits in this bucket. This fits in this bucket. So I can look at it and see, for me, yellow is personal time. I looked at my calendar and there wasn't any yellow.
Wow.
It was all green, which was prospecting time. So I look at that calendar and I said yes to so many people that I had smothered and said no to myself. And so that was really that was my visual for me to see, yes, okay, that validates how I'm feeling and what can I do about it?
Wow.
And that was the big shift for me.
Well, I think that must be why your clients love you, because you're not this person in an ivory tower who, you're living it. You're in the trenches.
I'm living it. That's right.
That's awesome. What makes a good client for you? What do you look for?
So what I'm looking for in a client is that top producer that really, what I find happens is sometimes success happens unplanned. They didn't chart out to be successful. They just got it. And it's in any business. All of a sudden you get to this point where there's not enough of you to go around, and you look at your life and go, I'm not sure how I got here. This is pretty cool, but who am I anymore? Like, I wanted to be this great mom and I wanted to be this great partner in life, but I don't have that balance right now. And who am I? And those are my favorite clients, because I can help them really step back and find out what about their life has got them kind of choked out. And what do they love that they need to be putting more into their life? And it's really about that stepping away, really reflecting, where am I? Where do I want to go? How am I going to get there?
Yes.
Once you figure out where you want to go, I'll help you figure out how you're going to get there. You've just got to reflect and figure out where you really, truly want to go, because you can get there and be successful.
Wow.
It can happen, but you do sometimes have to stop and pause and breathe and really reflect and find that vision so we can determine what the journey is to get there.
Wow. Michelle, you've been an amazing guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to put your website up on the screen so people can get in touch. MichelleCastle.com is the website. Get a hold of her or follow her on social media. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.